We have some more Call of Duty 2020 news to go through here. Some more stuff on the Call of Duty 2020 alpha actually being seen now in the Xbox store, and there's an option to actually redeem a code to access this COD 2020 alpha. We'll talk about the specifics on that information, and then also the Activision investor call. The third one this year is going to be this August 4th, 2020, and again, that's a very important date to look at just in terms of what Activision will tell their investors about the new Call of Duty. Maybe they'll finally reveal the developer of the game, the name of the game, and a bunch of other stuff, because again, this is the third investor call so far and we still have no Call of Duty 2020 information. We're going to go through later on in this video as to what we're going to see in terms of new Call of Duty 2020 information, events, reveal trailers, and stuff like that. So just to add very quickly, I actually have a Discord now. You guys have been asking me for probably 3 to 4 years to make a Discord, so I actually have a Discord. I'm actually going to use it, so the link is going to be at the top of the description down below, so definitely check it out. You can talk to everyone, add each other for games, stuff like that. And as you guys know, I'm still streaming on Twitch every weekday morning. That's going very well, and the Twitch will be down in the description as well, so definitely check out my streams over there. Let's get started here though with the information. This is the Red Door stuff. Call of Duty 2020 internal alpha. The Red Door appears on the Xbox store. So we talked about this around a month or so ago. The Red Door was actually first seen on PlayStation, and there were a bunch of different leaks with the Red Door. We know it's for COD 2020. We know it's their internal alpha, which is the early build of the game, and we saw a leak where a bunch of developers actually on the PlayStation live actually playing the game, which kind of makes sense. They're testing out the alpha version of multiplayer, probably even the campaign, zombies, maybe even the alpha version of the new Warzone map, who knows, but they were testing this alpha out, and the people were saying that there is a way maybe to get into the alpha. That's probably highly illegal and not even possible, but this Red Door leak here, it's actually slightly different because it's on the Xbox store. That's not really that big of a deal. We also have a really interesting description as well, and it goes through the file size pretty much of what Call of Duty 2020 is going to be. It's going to be a lot bigger of a game, takes up a lot more storage than the past Call of Duties, which probably isn't good news, but let's just go through this information here. So this is what pops up. I'll leave a link down in the description below to this. You can check this out for yourselves. This is on their actual website, the Red Door, rated M for mature, 17 plus, Activision Publishing Incorporated. Now we go through here, the description. This is the interesting part here. So this is what it says. There's more than one truth. If you go looking for answers, be ready to question everything and accept that nothing will ever be the same. The Red Door awaits. Do you dare step through it? So let's just talk about this here for a second. Now, the Red Door clearly is a placeholder name for Call of Duty 2020. So whatever Call of Duty 2020 is actually called, you know, Call of Duty Black Ops, or Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, or Call of Duty Cold War, whatever it's called, they're not revealing it. The Red Door is the placeholder title. The real question here is that, does the Red Door actually have anything to do with the storyline of COD 2020, or is it just a random placeholder with just random words they brought together? Because then the description is the same thing. The description is about the Red Door. There's more than one truth. If you go looking for answers, be ready to question everything and accept that nothing will be the same. It does sound like a Call of Duty description or something that may relate to the Call of Duty storyline, especially with COD 2020. They're looking for answers. The campaign or the game at large is supposed to be a collection of flashbacks, so that could definitely play into looking for answers as to why certain things happened, going back in time, going back to the Cold War era to see what went wrong and different stuff like that. So that does make sense, and it could definitely relate to COD 2020, Black Ops Cold War. But also, if the Red Door is just a placeholder, this description is definitely very generic, and you really can't get anything else from this. And honestly, it kind of makes sense if this is a placeholder description as well as having a placeholder title for this internal alpha. Let me know down below in the comment section, what do you think about this description? It's interesting. It does seem pretty generic, and it does seem like the Red Door may not have anything to do with the actual game, but it may be teasing something. I mean, it's definitely possible that this internal alpha, the Red Door, and this description actually is a loose teaser to some sort of theme we're going to be seeing in the game. I think it's not out of the question that that's the case, but let me know your opinions, your thoughts, your theories on this down below. Now, before we talk about the Activision investor call and the reveal event, where we're going to be seeing with that, here's some stuff on the size of the game. This was talked about before, but it's showing up again. We have Activision Publishing, but here's the main thing. Approximate size, 81.65 gigabytes. That's again a pretty large game here, and think about what the DLCs are gonna have. Think about when we get a new update for this game. Think about how much Call of Duty 2020 is going to take, how much storage it's gonna take on your consoles. This here is not a next-gen game here. This is the Xbox One version of the game. This is only the alpha. The final game might be larger than 80 gigabytes, and obviously we're getting into a point where these games are getting larger and larger, and some games upon release, depending on what you're downloading, it's off the bat 100 gigabytes, and obviously that's a huge amount of gigabytes, but it gets higher and higher every year. And once we get into COD 2020, once we get the updates and DLC for COD 2020, it's going to get even worse. So that's definitely something they need to fix. I think they are fixing it with the next gen consoles, but if you're still on current gen consoles, you're probably going to have to clear out your hard drive again, because these games and DLC packs are going to get large. Now let's talk a little bit about Activision's next investor call here, August 4th, 2020, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Activision Blizzard second quarter calendar 2020 results conference call. So in the past, these investor calls reveal a decent amount of information for the new Call of Duty. We'll talk more about when we're going to be seeing other reveals later on, but with the investor call specifically, we usually get some good information. This year, obviously, that has not been the case. This year, it's very weird because the first couple investor calls for, the end of 2019, the beginning of 2020 for the first quarter, we did not receive any information on the new Call of Duty. Usually in the first investor call all the way back in January, we get the developer of this year's Call of Duty. That's the earliest information we receive, and we get it all the way in January, usually. Obviously this year, that's not the case. We're in the middle of July, and we still don't know, at least officially, who is developing this game. We know internally, we know the leaks are saying Treyarch, Sledgehammer, Raven all together, but officially we don't know that information. We also don't even have the name of the game. There's a lot of stuff we still don't have, and this information is information we usually get from investor calls. So I think the latest, obviously we're in the middle of July, it's already super late, but I think with August 4th, 2020 being this investor call, and we're getting closer to, some sort of reveal, August 4th most likely is going to be the time in which we at least see the developer, who's making this game, the name of the game, and some general information on that. Now, I do want reveal gameplay trailers, teaser trailers, anything like that, but I feel like all of that stuff is going to be after August 4th, which does suck, but I feel like at this point, we're probably going to see a lot of that after the investor call. The only case I could kind of have for it to be before the investor call, for a reveal trailer to be revealed, right before the investor call, or at the end of July even, maybe even next week. The only case I have for that is that they want to hype up the game and they want to get investors excited for COD 2020, and a part of their Activision library, like, oh, we're gonna have a sick game again this year. Modern Warfare was super successful, and we're gonna follow it up with an even more successful game, COD 2020. They do the reveal trailer right before the investor call. It's a good trailer. Obviously they need to make a good trailer so it actually is received well, and then investors will see like, okay, you know what, Call of Duty is looking good for this year, I will continue to invest in Activision's company. So that's what that is there, and that kind of makes sense, but I feel like that's the only reason why they would reveal Call of Duty 2020 before August 4th. Other than that, we're most likely seeing this reveal after this investor call, after August 4th, and that's probably going to be around the second week of August. Better time to see some sort of reveal for this game. Again, it's still a while. That's still, almost a month out, so it sucks, but that's probably what we're looking at here. And I want to be conservative. I don't want to say the reveal is coming tomorrow, because it's not coming tomorrow, obviously. We're most likely going to have to wait a bit longer for this game to be revealed. I went through all of the long sensation information about him saying it might be revealed in August, a bunch of other leaks saying it might be revealed end of July, early August, but Keith here, he's been teasing stuff for a while now, and he's not a leaker, is affiliated with Activision, but he says this: DLC 4, BO3, Infinite Warfare, Modern Warfare Remastered, World War II, BO4, mobile, COD Mobile, Modern Warfare, and what's about to be announced in a few short weeks. So clearly, he's hinting at COD 2020, but he's also saying there it's going to be announced in a few short weeks. So he knows that it's not going to be a few weeks as in several long weeks. A few short weeks kind of sounds like 2 to 3 weeks. That's what a few short weeks sounds like to me. I don't know about you guys, but a few short weeks, 2, 3 weeks. I think 3 weeks is the sweet spot there with a few short weeks, 4+ weeks. You're getting into over a month now, so at that point, you'd probably say over a month or a couple of months. So Keith is also hinting that this is going to be very soon, and a few short weeks does land right at the beginning of August. Another hint here that this game might be revealed around that same week as the Activision investor call, the 1st or maybe the 2nd week of August. So nothing confirmed here, but obviously it's looking pretty good that we're going to see it in a few short weeks, just as Keith said. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. Leave a comment below. As always, COD 2020. If you watch the whole video, it's greatly appreciated. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.